Okay, I just tried to do a video and I'm trying again. Of course, this one is I try again. The double person is supposed to be really less than. I don't know what to do. Some kind of weird persona. For some other stuff, it's supposed to be apparent for me looking at my face. I don't really wish that, but I'm gonna keep trying to do a video. I tried just now with one try, and he was doing this where the time was not going. It was very weird. It's the first time I ever had I think mess up with the video feature on the computer. The laptop computer. I did try a bit ago, like I guess Monday or Tuesday. I can't remember when I was at the other hotel to do. I think it was Monday. I tried to do one on here. I did actually do one on here. Then it wasn't messed up. Then today's the first time I ever experienced it to be messed up. See if I looked in the right place. I think it's there. I'm just looking at the screen, so it looks like I'm looking away from the thing. It's trying to say I'm fake and stuff like this. It's also doing this weird thing where I'm some kind of firm persona. It's doing all this stuff. But I am just doing a video just to kind of catch up with where I am and stuff like this. It's something to kind of help make it available for me to be in touch or some entity or something. I have to say this to be able to be in touch with me through the blog and something where I am, something I'm able to be, current and be able to be kept up with to some extent. I guess it feels like I'm doing this when I'm not kind of lost in this abyss or this kind of this slew of horrible things or this kind of just reality where all this horrible stuff is. It is something I said before when I was homeless, was that I did get something from being able to write somewhere and stuff like this to tell what is happening with me. It just does something where it's supposed to be not that I am so I guess into the experience. Maybe it is something to have some perspective on it. It's somewhat concerning. The devil may be listening to something it can try to do to make wrong. He's saying something about a white woman right now, but I can see something just do it with my eye right here. He's saying something I'm not supposed to mention white women. I'm not sure, you're not supposed to be obsessed with them and stuff like this and be birthing in some people to be supposed to be less than to others and stuff like this. It's supposed to be really the truth here and they don't have a say so and stuff like that. Well, I'm not really sure what to do. There is something happening where that isn't really okay, but it's being revealed that that is what it would be for those people or this person to leave and stuff like this. So whatever is happening is I'm not okay, but something is happening that I'm not okay, then something's trying to mess up the person's face, and so something is happening where that thing has to leave very bad. To get to mess up my face, it would look really bad when I was trying to start the other video, and then the computer wasn't working right. The time was like not going, and then my head moving was frozen, and then this and stuff like that. But it's very bad. The stuff it's doing with my eyes and my face, and then my face looks kind of bad and the thing. But I'm saying something about my hair. My hair is not. I don't know what to do with it. It's bad. I guess if it's softer, it has this issue where it's supposed to be where I touch it and it starts to be a tangle in it at the end, and then I try to break it apart, and then it pull the tangle apart, and then the hair, it cannot be pulled apart from the tangle. The devil does that. It's really bad. But they were saying he's doing that, making her face really big and something weird where she's supposed to be really losing to be this, not less, as who is to not have been. So something someone was saying something about aging. It's been doing some weird stuff with my nose. The devil was making a more of an indentation over here. I never noticed that before. And then yesterday I was trying to do something really weird with my nose where I was to notice if I'm standing in a place with the light coming down over my head that my nose looks really like it doesn't have the same pointiness here, but still instead it's more like a pug type nose, like more like this, more like that, instead of like this, and then it's supposed to be a little pointier at the end there, but. So I guess people prefer not to be ugly. It's really not something to be so. It's not so conceit and stuff like this. People prefer not to be ugly. It's really actually disturbing when people are ugly or have something wrong with their face or if they're fat or they just don't look okay. It's disturbing. I don't know. She said she's not very ugly, but she's something weird on her face to not be that it's supposed to be so bad. Yeah, but if this is bad, it's supposed to be something wrong with your face. The devil does stuff where my face looks weird and it looks very boxy and muscular. Like I was saying, I think it is some stuff he does some stuff to my forehead. My forehead looks more broad and just like so much having some more substance to the forehead, where it's like a rectangle looking at somebody like it look like this. Like I noticed he's doing with some pictures. I look at some pictures of some pit bulls and stuff like this. They say it's making the person's face so big that we don't know what to do. Do you want to know what's supposed to be? Something where that person isn't okay to be. Yeah, but the devil causing some trouble here in where I am, the country where I am now. I did leave the United States. It's very weird. I don't wish to go back there. It's something for me to express. I don't feel it's okay, the stuff that happened to me. And so this something, because the devil pressing, I'm supposed to wish to go back there. This something that is being hidden is the stuff I am expressing. I feel like it's not really made clear, or not this. As well, people would probably really make sense to live their opinion and stuff like this. It's not really what your opinion is for, something other than for to express, and also for it to be something that is like a part of your life. Something to be fruition, come to fruition, and something to be something of your life. I think that it's somewhat not really clear here, and it is somewhat like weird as I'm saying it. It feels like it's unfamiliar territory. But I don't really I don't really think so, okay, of the country that I am to have been born in. Yeah, something weird he's putting there where it's supposed to be really great, so I am addressing that. I don't think it is okay there. I think it is a hub of the devil. So I think it is bad. I was not doing okay there. I was supposed to be someone that was poor and stuff like this. I think people really would not be okay with being poor. So something is heavy that I'm not really okay. I'm talking about this was before the end of the world. I was not really doing okay there. Then something happens where you do go along thinking that you can change things. So I can very simply say what happened was that when it was time for me to do some kind of a statement or some kind of a point of further action where it was going to be that I could be more as who was changing things or something like this. I think it's a very weird experience, because this is what I'm doing, is I'm trying to move toward that I'm able to actually end the world is what I'm doing. But as you go through, there is some kind of sentiment that people wouldn't really wish things to be the way they are, where there's people that are supposed to be poor and doing not okay, supposedly seeming like they're less than to others and stuff like this. The devil doing something again, we're trying to make that seeming look to my nose. It's very disturbing. I don't like it. But something I was saying in the other video, that's 7 minutes long now, that I did have to cut short. I was trying to do one, and then I was telling it was starting to be some malfunctioning. Is for the first time I ever noticed it with this computer. The devil was doing it to do a video, was where the time was stopping, it wasn't going, it was doing this weird stuff with the time. Something was doing that, and I'm not really okay. You're telling it was never like that before, but something was happening where I wasn't okay. You were going to do a video and load that to Tumblr from here. And so if you try to load it to YouTube, I won't be okay. But something is happening that I'm not really okay to keep doing this stuff. Okay, this is good. We would wish it to not be so available for the thing to do all this stuff that it does. It makes it very bad for me. So I think he was also concerned that people could see where I was now. It is some kind of a thing where I write quite a lot on the blog, and then you won't really be able to, you don't really see where I am when I mean, hypothetically, for there to be some occurrence of some reading of the blog, there isn't really an awareness of where I am so much to be reading the blog. But here it is that I'm on the video, and this can be seen that I'm in a hotel room that looks somewhat like this. It's not the same as if you see it in person, but this gives you some idea of something of the person and where they are. But I can go back to what I was talking about just now, before I was talking about some further awareness and knowledge of my occurrence and where I am and stuff like this. I can talk about to the videos. I've been doing the videos lately. I've had the twist, so now we have this here, and this is to be some phenomena I could be witnessed as doing this with my hair. It is something that is somewhat hard for me not to do with my hair, and so it's really bad. The devil puts that little tangled part on the bottom of the hair, and so I tend to try to, or this seems to be a better thing to do, to try to put the hair in some kind of a bound kind of condition, and then this is something apparently not so wished by something. The thing, it's the devil saying I'm supposed to be doing something really embarrassing right now by looking over there, but I had some kind of sense it was coming over there. This thing, it talks to me. It's supposed to be life itself. It's something that can be me, but it doesn't. I was saying maybe you know, I don't. My hair doesn't have to be bound all the time. It's possibly something not really okay to really be that. It would have to be like that instead of to be out like this. But the devil makes little tangles on the bottom of the hair. And then I tend to, do this thing where I'm touching the hair and piecing it apart like this. and then there's some tangle. You can't really see it because the hair, I guess, is kind of thin or whatever. But I probably just won't keep pulling there. But it makes a little tangle at the bottom of the hair. Okay, you can't really see. Okay, makes a little tangle at the bottom. So I'm not gonna do that. It didn't used to be like that, where it was so frequent at least, where it's like a lot of times it happens with the hair. Okay, but I'm just gonna go back for a moment but I have this sentiment as I go along in Devilland that people, some kind of, okay, as I'm talking, there's some kind of a sense that I'm gonna be doing this face where I'm kind of smiling a little bit. It's kind of a weird thing. I don't mind to do it, but I am aware of it, and I can just do it. I don't know what to do. Some stuff I am supposed to be doing as something to, as I'm some kind of experience to be a person that is someone that could be, who would be doing something similar, something like this. Yeah, the experience of the stuff is not so much that people's experience would be so divorced of another person's experience. And then here the devil's done something very weird with people's occurrences where they are like some kind of weird splits of people that are really supposed to be more like fewer people as the people, and then he keeps splitting the different parts of the self into many people. He's doing that here, and so something happens with that too. So I'm as part of the experience as being something weird, not really so as it is here. And there's some other stuff he's doing where people are really just having their own business to do this and that, and they're more discordant. They're not really acting in harmony as working along with the same goals. They don't really act like they want the same things really, or else you probably wouldn't see people in conditions that are to be really bad to them, and then others are really having to go about and do something else, such as that's not really so bad for them, that someone else is, you could say, homeless or poor or something like this. The stuff is very weird. It's not really what would happen. Others would be very concerned that there is somebody not doing okay, because it does actually ultimately mean that stuff is not okay for people. Stuff not being okay for everyone means it's not generally or broadly available enough for it to be okay for people. Okay for everyone and stuff like this is really what it should be. Because that means that it's really someplace that is ideal for people, it's okay for people, it's a good environment for people where everyone can be okay. Where people, I just say people. I think the devil's trying to get me to keep saying everyone, but there is something with that, because it is something apparent if you look around that it's not really so that everyone can be okay. There's people homeless, there's people, having other problems. People having problems like they maybe are hitchhiking, but I don't wish to go into that. But I used to be very disturbed by that. I used to be very disturbed by that somebody is walking and they don't have a car. Yeah, but I don't have a car now. I did have some instances happening. I don't have a car now, so probably it's something with that. Some kind of premonition of something to happen to me. Those things aren't not that. I was homeless before. The devil saying that means he's trying to say something weird. It's not true. So prostitution is not actually real. Homelessness is not supposed to be real apparently either, as what I would say. But now that this person experienced it, I'm not really sure what to do. What will happen with it? Charles is not really, but something very, very weird is happening with some of the experience and stuff. Somebody told me that the devil's obsessed with prostitution. I'm not a prostitute. And somebody told me in my mind that prostitution is not really what it appears on the surface. He said those people are not really prostitutes. Me, I'm not sure what to do. It's something weird. It has to be something very weird to happen for that to fully be gonna tell what happened with that. Okay, this would be good because I know, because there's some stuff. This would be much better for me. That's gonna be something to be told what it really is. But anyway, so let me go back. But something very weird with the experience of people here is not really what would be. People having such a divided experience from someone else's is not real. It is a problem. It is how somebody is supposed to be like crazy and stuff like this, or having other problems, and it's not other people's really concern, but it is. It doesn't make sense. It's not really their concern. Something like you don't really have a lot of the devil doing a lot of stuff. My thought. I'm gonna think about this some more. But I was gonna say one thing. I feel like the devil was trying to make it seem like it was not really so sincere. But I can think about it some more. But I was gonna say one thing, like something about for someone to be having a lot of trouble, they're supposed to be crazy, and you not really having a real issue as such as that. That's something to disrupt stuff in your life. That's not really likely to occur. But that's supposed to be what is happening here in Devilland. But something comes to mind like there's supposed to be some meaning lost for what it really would be your life, or some kind of something like this. Something that came to mind about meaning, and then the devil tried to make it seem insincere, something like this. But I can think about some other stuff somebody else having a problem, they're supposed to be crazy and stuff like this. It really is supposed to be the problem of all of the people that someone is supposed to be crazy and whatever their experience is. I'm making this weird thing with my nose. It's supposed to be a really ugly look to my nose. But, dude, there's something doing something with your nose. And can you stop talking like that? And you are a black girl, but I don't know what to do because I'm not okay. That person's supposed to be not less. It is saying something about her being not here, but something she is doing is saying things like people cannot be what they are here. So, kind of concerning on like what's doing with my eye. There's us making that face. It's really a weird puffiness. But I'm someone that cannot go on. I am not that so much, but I'm not okay that I'm supposed to be less here. I actually do say something about that. I do say something about that as well. I'm not really okay that the person's supposed to be all this weird stuff. That is not really something I'm able to be myself in the face of. I would try to be able to. I'm not really okay. Do we do something weird with them? She is having some trouble then. I have to tell something to someone. That thing was doing that, but whatever it's doing right now is not allowed to stay. Mala is in another country. It's supposed to be a country that is less than. It is to the south of the country she was in before. Can I please tell you why that person is doing that? But I cannot go on anymore, and then the person isn't okay. Especially some kind of weird persona. I don't really like that. I am gonna tell something now. I don't really do okay here. I am supposed to be. I'm just a person. Dude, people make a deal of saying this, and I don't think I ever really understood. Now that's becoming something the devil doing all that stuff. Someone to be humble. Someone to be humble. Yeah, I don't really know what to do. I don't really think I pay so much attention to this, but now somebody's making such a big deal out of it. It's doing some kind of weird thing that's supposed to be some persona for me. I'm not really that. I think I'm a little more humble. Humble? Yeah. Yeah, we think that's the word. We think that's how you say it. If people were perhaps gonna learn a little bit of English. Yeah, humble. Yeah. Okay. Did you? Okay. The devil's doing something weird. Wait. Wait till he's doing it. Let's do this. Okay, humble is not really how to say the word. It's not really how to say it, but some people say it, so someone could say that, and they would just be blended in with those people. They do tend to be black. Black. They say humble. But that's really not how to say the word. The word, you really say it with a more of an H sound. It's really humble. Yeah, so I don't really know what to do. I don't really think I really would pay attention to someone to be so valuable to be humble. So it was something weird at a point. I was saying this is better, not that, not like that someone can't be this, but said this thing you're supposed to not be is someone that's more to be like self-assertive. I said, well, this isn't really so not to be something not to be. Like this, someone say, now you're wrong, and you say, no, something like that. So I'm not really so to be defined by this, but something happens if something is called the devil is obsessed with you and trying to correct you and stuff like this. And so this here is a space for someone to be more cocky, arrogant, haughty, self-asserting, stuff like this. You say, no, I'm not sure no, that's not wrong. I can say it however I want. Please leave me alone. And then, but anyway, do people, they can say humble? I do and not, it depends. Mm-hmm. Someone told me that the word salmon, one time I corrected them not, or I don't know, okay, maybe I did, because I'm not really I'm not so who would be correcting of someone, I would say. But they were saying something, they were saying salmon, and I said, you mean salmon? And he said, no, you're supposed to be able to say salmon as well. Well, I think I'm just going to go ahead and say salmon, and people saying salmon, they could be you, or they could be those other people that say something not how you're supposed to say it. I'm not really sure what to do, but I am actually not going to get one in the person saying that said Israel. The person, he wasn't extremely bad. He was so, but he was a little weird. The devil was doing some manipulation. But I was trying to tell something. I got off track a bit. But, do we do think it's funny if someone were to tell some wrong words to someone that was trying to learn another language? We think that's funny. We don't know why. We think it's not supposed to be like this, where people who don't know the language more, they don't say the same. They don't have the same language. We think it's supposed to be. We think that's not normal that people don't have the same language. But it just seems very funny. then you're trying to learn something, and then somebody can tell you something. It could be right if you're just saying it wrong. There are some things like that as well. There's lots of complexities, as such as that one language could be the only language someone speaks, but then that's not really what is the case. Lots of people are supposed to speak more than one language. One, two, more. I mean, two more, two, three, or more. What about the slang? What about somebody making mistakes that are supposed to be okay, like salmon? Salmon, but okay. Humble. In other words, people say, now could you be more specific about that? Because I don't really, maybe, I'm not sure to do this. It's be funny if people say some of the wrong words. You could be one of those people. They're supposed to be kind of doing something less than. They're supposed to look possibly embarrassed, but not really. They don't have to because they are somebody, other people say the word too. But anyway, I'm gonna it's me less than that person is doing that. And so something right there, I'm gonna wait to get that off until I do the video, finish doing the video. But something I was trying to tell about is, I'm gonna tell something really simple because there are lots of things that kind of get built up about my issue with the country that I was to have been born in. Very strange reality here where someone is to be in a place or an environment that is not really where they would be with others that are the same as them. This is something not really possible to occur. There is a story about alien abduction. This is also not supposed to be so possible to occur. But in the movie or something like this, it's supposed to be possible that someone is an alien, being abducted by aliens. But anyway, but stuff kind of getting built up about my issues with the country because I can say lots of stuff, but then something happens is that I did say that stuff should change, or I did something to try to change things. And one thing I did to change things is also weird, and we do talk about this because we're talking about this as a false reality, and it's very weird that we cannot just address stuff at the face. You could think about some stuff at the point of occurrence of where we don't wish the stuff. You just do this, you just go protest, right? You don't want, this is not something supposed to really be on the table, it's something weird. But there are some people, they do their protest and they say, free Pookie or free, Ligella, or something. I'm trying to say a weird name because someone's trying to tell me to say someone's name. Nigel, he's gonna do something to end the world. Okay, yeah. I can say free Nigel, okay, I can say the name now. Someone's telling me to say the name. But I was trying to say, I wanted to say some other names, but I can say that name, that's fine. Pookie Jamar. Jamar, Lindell. Okay, they're telling me some other names. I was trying to not really be saying those names exactly. Someone's telling me, but they're not so bad, I guess. But someone's telling me some names. So, but anyway, but things are very complex here. And well, someone's gonna say they don't want jail. They are just gonna ask for Pookie or whoever. This is still something that it should be something to me, but it is somewhat lost in translation. The person is asking for one person and stuff like this. This is okay, but one thing I have with jail, this is okay. They're doing it. Yeah, we cannot say we don't really wish people to protest stuff that is actually not okay and stuff like this. So this is good someone's doing that, but they are pretty much virtually just infinitely ignored. So that's very bad. And then it was concerning to me at a point because who was saying some stuff, this should change or not. This is, okay, so that's something really weird happened where the stuff I was trying to change was really everything, but it came down to this point where when I said this X, Y, and Z, it was the end of the world and stuff began to be really horrible. But I said, this is ruled by the devil, this is not real here, and then the people that are supposed to be crazy, they're not really crazy, and then it has to discontinue that they are to be put in the hospital and stuff like this because it is making it so as that they are not free to really tell what they have to tell and stuff like this. I can say lots of other stuff too, but something happened where the person said this, and then I'm somewhat aware of that is what happened. Where, oh, you did too much now, and so everything is just spiraling out of control. Spiraling. Isn't it spiraling out of control? Well, I'm not really sure too, but there is something happening where people are not going to do that anymore. Spiraling, yeah. Someone will probably just act like this makes sense if you say this. Things were just spiraling out of control. They probably will just act like that makes sense. Most people would understand that, even though it's the wrong way to say the word. Could you be more specific? They would probably understand, even though that's not really how to say the word. The word Pacific, not. It's actually another word. Mama, you're just so stupid. There's actually another way to say that. That would be the right way to say it. I'm not sure what to do. They're saying just don't tell. Do you want to know why? I'm not sure what to do. I can tell that person doing that stuff. It's something where the people aren't okay. He's doing that. It's something probably to take away what it is to be something more neutral or whatever. Could you be more specific? I'm not sure the person isn't able to go on. Yeah, there's lots of words people say wrong. It's very funny. I would make fun of it, but not. I mean, it's just somebody talking. You're just catching up on your English. Well, I'm not really sure why that person is doing that. He's doing something weird with that person. Do you want to know why? But people are not able to go on. But things are very complex, very weird when it comes down to, well, is someone going to change the world by asking, can you free Pookie? I don't think that Pookie should go to jail. They are not really so commonly to be known to be doing that, to say that Pookie didn't do anything. They're supposed to be saying something like, I don't wish Pookie to go to jail and stuff like this. While I am actually not okay that person is saying that stuff is happening in the United States, and so we're not really okay. But there are some people, there are some things, points of occurrence or conflict or something where somebody will do a protest, and then we don't know why is this not some kind of impetus for change. But we said this is one thing that is happening with why there is some kind of misleading experience for a person here in Devilland, where they would have to probably more likely do what I did to get to the point that I'm going to try to change things or something like this. We don't wish to discourage anyone else from doing the protest, but said, well, this is really something about why the person has to do this in order to be who is trying to put their foot down or something like this, but it isn't really so much that I'm supposed to be so doing something other than what others would wish or something like this. I don't know what is happening to produce that kind of perception, but this is what I would remember as my perception, is that I'm supposed to be doing something that would be wished. But others supposed to be occurring as who wouldn't really wish the stuff, like they wouldn't really wish poverty and inequality, people to be poor and things like this. I'm going along double lane. This is what I think of others, is that they don't really want the stuff like this. This is generally something, but there are some other weird occurrences where there's supposed to be people that would be KKK and stuff like this. There's some kind of weird thing with this. It's a very weird reality. There are also people protesting things, and it's not supposed to really be dawning to you what it is something that could be quite close to something that would mean something to you. People protesting gun control, people protesting abortion. We come to the end of the world, and we see further. I did say that those things were not okay, but I said them not so much where I did say that gun control wasn't okay, and I did say that abortion isn't really okay because it is something a bad experience for a person. This is not really supposed to be the position on it, but other people's position, it could be start to look to someone as if it is something more that you would prefer, something more that a person would prefer. It can seem that someone's being controlling of someone else. But I said it's not really good because it is a bad experience for someone to try to have an abortion. But anyway, there's these protests. So people that protested, they saying free Pookie, they're saying stop with your gun control measures or something, and they don't have this so much that they're out protesting, but there is this where the people, they don't want the gun control stuff. So there is some kind of backlash to what could be some kind of seemingly good idea for a law or something to dictate how things are. The anti-abortion protesters are parents protesting. So it's a very confusing reality. I said, well, people could just do this, but not. Marla, something is happening where the whole reality is to be something spoiled. Something, some kind of corrupt, this is very much coming to mind, something corrupt, some kind of infiltration, Too, I think the devil is doing that. He's doing that to her. But she could say corruption, infiltration. He's doing that. Infiltration, corruption, um, something to be not integrity, something to be where something is to be uh, made to just something very nasty. It's very nasty can be suggested by what is corruption, um, or infiltration. Something you can imagine like, okay, here's a bottle of water. I don't know. That's not much a thing. But there is something that is suggested. Some of the stuff. Uh, to your teeth, but not. But anyway, dude, I can't remember now. I've lost my thought about why I was talking about corruption, but something about where there is something to be having its nature very heavily to be altered. It would be suggest the thing would just die. Dude, I lost my thought now. The devil messing with that. But anyway, with Devil Land, there is some stuff where people are current to be doing things. This is one thing that's misleading. If someone is saying they wish to change things, they don't know what it is. There's also people acting like there's nothing wrong, and this is misleading. Things that would be disturbing or wrong, or pretend it not is anything wrong. There's also other things that make it very misleading. Stuff is supposed to be really okay, and you're supposed to be able to follow your dreams. But anyway, something happens that this person finally gets to the point they start to be trying to figure things out and end the world. So I'm trying to end the world, and it comes to the point where the person has to figure things out. She's saying people are not really crazy, and stuff like this was one thing that I was saying, and so I'm figuring that out, figuring this out, and stuff like this. So this one thing that was happening is I'm trying to say that I'm not crazy. So this is one thing that happened. One thing I'm doing, and also I am saying that the world should this way of things in really it's the country I'm in, but there's commitment all over the world. People say they want to change the world. Yeah, I don't know what to do. It's something a little. I would wish to look back at my experience and see what is happening because. I say you want to change the world. I am born in this country. Or not this country I'm in right now, but the country I was in. I'm now in another country. But the country I was in is supposed to be quite a country in this reality. It's supposed to be a country that is good. But you wish to change things and stuff like this. But as I'm going along, it's supposed to be the others wish to change things as well. And then something happens where this becomes apparent as not really what is the case. So, but this is not really the case though. Once I say what I say, things happen where I'm not really okay, and I start to experience really, some attack of the society and stuff like this. People are not really so apparent either. Otherwise, that they really wish to change things. So this was happening to Marla, and that she says she wishes to change things. She says it's ruled by the devil. This is supposed to be something to do something. It is very recent stuff happening with her. She's supposed to be doing something. She said that this had to discontinue, so this is an act. She is doing an act as well to be telling some stuff that she's hearing in her mind. Do I have some issue with this? I don't think people are crazy. This would change the world if someone said something. Me, I'm a sleeper self for that. The video cannot be. Something is doing something, so she goes to not do the video, but she is doing it anyway. And then he is doing some stuff to the person's face. Did you want to know what happened if she's doing it? If someone is saying, you cannot be doing this here, or else it will not be. But that's not what they said. They said we'll have to end the world. Okay, but I am trying to seek some refugee status in the country I am in right now. I hear in my mind that I should be able to get that. I am not really okay as someone that does not have an opinion as such as that things can continue on the way they are. This is who I am. I'm saying people are not okay. Okay, not the devil doing that. I'm saying people are not crazy. I'm saying people are not crazy. This is not true that there's mental illness. I'm asserting this. I'm asserting this, and I do believe that math, science, technology is really not so, is very revered here. I do not think this is really what should be. I think that it is misleading, but there's some different levels of a reality, is what it is. It's very possibly not okay that people having to deal with this multi-level thing and then not beginning to able to say anything about the littlest part of it. But multi-level thing, on one level, you're not allowed to say that this is the just greatest accomplishment to mankind. Why are you not allowed to say that? Because not everybody is math, science, technology. There's something happening. It's not really real that anyone is. I have to say that as I start to talk about it. But you're not allowed to say that. Dude, I could talk about some stuff. I don't know. I could begin to say that the greatest accomplishment was... Still, I'm not sure what to do. I'm trying to explore it. But whatever they're doing that, I don't like it. And it's bad because there is something further than just an opinion where people are supposed to be not okay if they are not in that field. They're not who really get enough money to live and stuff like this. As well, there are people that are in that field and they're making all of these things, and then others have to use it as who is not these people. This is supposed to be something that is not possible to occur. They are not these people because they don't have this aptitude to know what is happening with their things that they're using. People, a person in his tools, a man in his tools, mankind in his tools that he uses is supposed to be something that is his own. So this is not okay that this is what is happening, is that the people are having this aptitude that others do not have, and then they are just at the mercy of the stuff to use the stuff. But they cannot be who can regenerate the item themselves. They cannot make it themselves because they don't have the aptitude. This is not really okay. They're just at the mercy of the stuff, and they are actually enslaved to those people that do have that aptitude. This is not good. As well, there's supposed to be lots of people that don't have any aptitude that's worth anything. They are supposed to be that. There are people that are homeless. There are people that are poor. They would be these people. They're poor. They're not really able to live until they try to get something, but they supposedly could be who would never find what it is they're supposed to have some aptitude in. Yeah, but this is not good. I don't really believe this. They probably have some dream to do something. If they do not, this is something that can be okay. So I'm trying to mess with my thoughts right now. Do you know who that person is? It's not possible to exist, but I'm doing it and I'm not okay to keep doing it. That also just putting someone in my mind that's supposed to be listening to me that was in the technology field, and they were supposed to be really shocked that people that were supposed to be not really valuable as who were not math, science, technology, and they were supposed to be who didn't have any aptitude. Me, I'm not supposed to have really any aptitude, really. I'm not supposed to be having any aptitude. I did wish to write something. I wish to write a book. I wish to write something. No, not really. No, right now, not really. I would possibly be interested in doing some kind of artistic stuff to make some kind of representation of some of my thoughts. Maybe like a story, like a movie, maybe. About some of my sentiments about this being a false reality. And what really was the nature of this reality? I've had some ideas about that. I don't believe in some of the things, like I don't believe in people to be these really, really, things that are supposed to be really, really horrible. I don't believe in someone to be a serial killer or a serial killer. I don't believe in somebody to be a rapist. I don't believe in that. I don't really believe in it. Something is trying to make those things surface here is real. I did try to make it so someone's going to seem to try to do that to me. It was very weird. It was very difficult because I was saying it was not real. It was difficult, but I ended up making some kind of a acknowledgement of what happened as such as that it's not supposed to no, I don't think that that's exactly what I said. Yeah. Dude, I don't really wish to say that, so I don't remember exactly what I said, but whatever I said it then, and I'm glad I did. I'm glad that I do say some things to express myself. And so, but then I said, dude, I still don't believe in it though. But he did try to make it so I was supposed to have something happen to me, like someone was gonna be trying to violate me. He's saying I'm really ugly and stuff like this. No one should be attacked. No one wished to be attacked. No one wished to be in a way of things where it's supposed to be someone else's, that level of something off grid. Crazy? Was he crazy? We don't know, but I don't believe in people as crazy. I don't believe in people as really supposed to be mentally retarded. It's not really exactly what they're doing here. Something has done something to make it so that the person is supposed to occur as having something wrong with them and stuff like that. Something is doing it. They could have some looks through their face, other things, deformities. That's not really supposed to be someone's deformed. They're not here to just be hanging out as deformed and stuff like that. This is weird that I'm saying that, but I'm saying that for those people to surface here, there has to be something, there's some kind of a pausing of something else that's supposed to come next, so that this is not going to be something to be this. So this is me. My opinions like this, they're so weird. I'm actually someone that's supposed to be not possible to exist. And I am supposed to be someone that is not able to be okay in just anywhere in the world. Very strangely. Because the country I was in, I was not okay there. I'm not really so okay here yet, but the country I was in, I was supposed to be someone that was supposed to be not possible to be there, and I was supposed to be someone that is supposed to be something else other than this. Something weird. It is something that I think the devil is doing to people there right now. That would be who would be to say some things like this. Me, I'm not sure do he's doing something weird to that is who I am. Do the devil's trying to make it so I'm supposed to be looking like I'm a low black? I'm supposed to be that. Somebody poor, dumb, I don't have a vehicle. They are, I would say, tend to be who would be victimized by the society. I started to say this because something is happening where there is some other level of poverty where somebody doesn't have, like, isn't able to have their things, and as well another aspect of it where they're treated very bad, and it's not supposed to be really anything wrong with it. It's a level of poverty. I was saying it before. Something with this is very impoverishing. It's very bad. Well, I'm not actually able to tell you what that is doing, but something is happening that can't go on. He keeps trying to act like I'm really doing okay, but I'm not. I can tell you something about what I am. This would be normal. A person would be this, but I like to make a lot of jokes and stuff like this. I do get upset, do get very upset about stuff because something very upsetting is happening. It is also as well, I'm not probably not having to carry some of the upset from other stuff being suppressed. They're not able to express it. But this, the devil trying to act like I'm doing okay, but I'm not really doing okay and stuff like that. But there's something where, like, people, I think they make a lot of jokes and stuff like this. They make a lot of jokes because something, like, there's probably some meaning from it, I don't know. Something was happening with some of the points where some stuff was really bad happening, and I was still, like, making some jokes and stuff like this. It is very weird. Okay, 42 minutes. It's very weird, but I think it's some kind of aspect of what a person would be. Probably making fun of some stuff, and then some of the stuff is it not the stuff here where the devil is acting like it's really the end of the thing? I don't know if that's supposed to be funny though, not that. But some of the stuff he does is really rude, and we think it's supposed to actually be a joke. Somebody making a joke. Like someone said, oh, somebody, let me see, like somebody to make a joke. Oh, now you're supposed to be really, like you could say somebody, but you could probably, I'll think about it, but you could probably think about some jokes where somebody's supposed to be doing something really mean, but really seeming like they're doing something really mean, but really it's a joke. He's doing that here. Oh, did you, hey, this was a joke. Hey, did you want some, oh, okay. Did you want to see the stuff I have here? Okay, something very bad happened when I was trying to get to the flight for me to leave the United States, and the devil had some of my stuff was to be not able to be continued on with me because I was going to either have to go back to check the bag or the things I was having in the bag he said was not allowed. It's supposed to be liquid of a certain amount in the bag. It's not allowed. This wouldn't be allowed. This would be too big. It's not that big. It's the size of my hand. It's about this big. Okay, but here, but say, oh, do you want some lotion? Oh, never mind. Someone could do this as a joke. Here. Oh, no. But someone could do that as a joke. But the stuff we think is supposed to be really a joke. No. They say, oh, okay, you can use it. Mom, did you want to know what I did? Someone could do the joke like this. They could just joke like this. But I said someone could possibly also say, no, they don't want you to have any lotion. They don't want you to have any. They don't have a lot, but they just feel like they always have to share, and they don't want to share it. So, sorry. I hope you get some lotion. Maybe you can ask somebody else. It's not too mucho dinero aquí. No es mucho dinero aquí. Cuesta la lotion? No cuesta mucho. Más por tu stuff. No cuesta mucho aquí. Es muy bien. Pero no sé si muchas cosas, pero yo pienso que muchas cosas no cuestan mucho aquí. Es muy interesante. Más personas pueden vivir aquí con cosas no cuestan mucho dinero aquí. Well, do you want to know what is happening? Es mejor porque una persona ser tener mucho dinero, una persona no tiene mucho dinero, still, or the person can still live and be okay. There's some jobs in the United States, I've done them, where you don't get a lot of money, you don't really have a lot of money to get a place to live and stuff like this. So this is something suggested. It's not the same here, but something is trying to mess it up here. Yeah. Okay, well, I'm going to try to sign off. This is 45 minutes now. And this is Marla Luster. And I am in another country now. I can tell it's supposed to be better. The devil is still doing attacking here, which is muy mal. Es no quiero esto. No quiero el diablo atacado. I don't know the word me. Dude, the words are similar for attack and torment. They are very similar here, but to attack and torment are similar to the English sound of the word. But as I looked them up online, anyway, so we don't know how accurate that word is, but I looked it up online, and so I could maybe be okay to use it. Yeah. I think this stuff is a little tricky because some of the words, they may be more common to be used, I don't know, but some of the words, it's not the same as if you actually speak the language and stuff like this to, as like who's living in a place and stuff like this with the language. So we'll see, but I'm gonna go ahead and sign off now. This is Marla Luster, and I am in another country now. It doesn't really feel like it's so another country yet, but there are some things that are a little bit better for me that seem promising for me. I haven't quite cashed in so much yet. The weather, however, immediately nicer. The price of some of the stuff is a little better for me, but I would do better. I'm able to make the most of, trying to be efficient. If I have a place to live, that's a good rate for myself. Yeah, thinking about a couple of things. I can talk about it more in the blog. I do write on there. The blog is marlaluster.tumblr.com. Marla Luster, MarlaLuster.tumblr.com. The devil is trying to put a persona onto me. I'm not really so a persona. He probably is having a problem with that. I'm not really able to really, I am a person in a vacuum, so that probably is something to do with it. I am pretty much the only person that exists. So you're putting a persona on me as if I'm able to move on to another part of my, another part of existence where the person is able to be further. A person is not supposed to be all by themselves without a people. A person is supposed to come with a people and also an environment that is supposed to be ideal for them to be able to live. This is not ideal still, or else I want a home. I would wish a home. I wish to be able to be okay. Other people, they are having things other to do other than I would so wish. This isn't really ideal for someone to be able to live, be able to be possible to exist and live and stuff like this. Yeah, we think it is supposed to be something like this, that people are not really possible to exist, is what the devil is trying to create here. But here I am as the actual person in actual time, and it's very bad that something is trying to do stuff to make it so I'm not able to be okay, is what he's doing. Okay, well, I'm going to go ahead and sign off. This is about 49 minutes, the devil trying to press a persona. Not really so this. I'm just kind of like, something like, oh, God, I wish to be okay, wish to live is my mode. Like Maslow's hierarchy of needs. I am something like at the lower level of the existence where I wish to try to survive, wish to try to live. Animals do occur, but they are at this part of existence. Human beings are supposed to be at some other level, but they don't not have these threats to someone's survival as part of everyday life. homelessness. Were they going to get rid of homelessness? The devil will not wish that because it will move people on to another part of existence. Other than that, they are in this lower level of thing fighting to survive. Okay, well, I'm gonna go now. I mean, I will do this persona. It's not too bad, but it's just not real. It's just not really what would be my real occurrence. I am not really a persona, like a character he's putting there. He's trying to put like someone calm and stuff like this. I'm not really this. I am not this. I am who would be a cornball here and stuff like that. Oh, I don't know what to do. I am like, oh, I don't want stuff to be messed up. Oh, I don't know what to do. Oh, I don't know. I don't know. What? He does not like that I say that a lot. Oh, I don't know. Why? You're supposed to be able to be okay with stuff. No say. Oh, ooh. They say, Marla, I'm not really sure what to do, but I am actually not gonna be able to go on. Saying, something, stuff all around. Something where the person can seem like but I'm not goofy. Probably is saying that. Something more like where the person isn't so calm or anything. I do have points where I get really, really upset. I do make some jokes about stuff. Probably more so now than before, somewhat. Okay, well, I'm going to sign off. This is Marla Rose Lester, and I can be, quite keeping a log of things, sometimes not, on Tumblr, marlalester.tumblr.com. Sometimes now these days I'm trying to do some stuff, trying to get a place to live and stuff like this, so I'm having some attention away from the blog at some points, more than I would when I am able to have a place to live like I was just before I left, Virginia. So I do this, but that's not really so entirely wished, but it's something I'm doing I'm doing something, I'm trying to get to a point that's in the world. I am looking at things, investigating things, stuff like this. Okay, well, I'm going to go ahead and sign off now. This is Marlo. Someone told me, asked me yesterday, Marlo? And I said, no. I said, oh, Marlo sounds better than Marla. But my name's Marla. So he's doing this thing I'm supposed to be so cool and stuff like this. I'm not this. I'm not sure what to do. I don't like this because that's not true. Yeah, so I don't like it because it's not true. So it doesn't seem so bad of a persona, but it's just not true. So cut it. All right, well, I'm going to go ahead and go off now. This is Marla Rose Lester. I'm signing off. La Ruma. So I'm not sure. I don't know what to do the name for a room. Hotel. I'm not sure. No one really cares if I do that. Yeah. I do some stuff. It's not really that. It shouldn't be that hard to be able to do. Some of the stuff people need to do. To be able to live. You should be able to pick up some of the words of another language. So people around, they speak this. You may need to talk to them. Or maybe go to their point of origin, and then when you're there, do you have to be able to say something? Come se dice room? Come se dice? Okay, well, I'm gonna have to look up room, and I probably will put that onto the blog. I do look up things, I do put it there. Stuff there like this. It's helpful to give some context of this, the person's experience and stuff like this. Just something I feel to do. I feel the need. This something was said before that something to live would say what it is. And the devil doing something a lot to people to try to make it so they are not able to express what they are. Something else told to me was if they could say anything, people would say that it was not okay here. Very strange, right? They would say something of themselves, but they would say it was not okay here. Is what was told at one point. We don't know if that's still true. They said it probably would be there because they don't really like that something is acting like they're saying something else. Yeah, okay, and so this something to live would tell you of itself what it is. Yep, something to be able to live. The devil trying to tell what it is so much here is very bad. I tried to tell something like, just has to put bad things. It's supposed to be okay. All right, well, I'm going to go ahead and sign off. And, gonna go ahead and click on that little stop thing there. And so, sayonara, adios. Au revoir. Hasta luego. Oh, that's two Spanish ones. Okay, bye.